India news are: can we control ransomware and other advanced cyber attacks? Ransomware is one of the most active and profound threats the organizations are facing today, of all industries and sizes. Ransomware is a form of malware that encrypts the victim's files, and attackers demand an undisclosed amount in lieu of providing secret keys to decrypt the encrypted data that has been locked. In most of the real scenarios, the infrastructures were highly prone not only to ransomware but also to other advanced cyber attacks as well, even though had basic cyber protection using outdated systems either end of life with no more updates, or simply the updates to vulnerabilities were not applied though the fix was available. Organizations still not follow the basic fundamentals of cybersecurity. They lack visibility and do not have a continuous risk assessment plan in place that can help them implement and govern cybersecurity controls effectively and respond against advanced ransomware attacks. Quite frequently, advanced attacks like ransomware make use of social engineering tactics to infect networks. Cybercriminals commonly use social engineering to make users disclose their confidential or personal information that can be further utilized for fraudulent transactions and to infect targeted devices inside a network with ransomware, resulting in demand for money. It is indeed an important step to relook at all attack vectors like email, web and social media, and implement strong security controls to defend against ransomware attacks. The eventual goal of preventing ransomware attacks and strengthening security posture is to protect data. Cybercriminals use privileged credentials to gain access and compromise critical assets with ransomware attacks like Maze ransomware that not only encrypts data but also leaks confidential information in the public domain. Risk of exploiting privileged credentials can be minimized by implementing privileged access management, that is PAM strategy, throughout the infrastructure. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. US elections heading towards a sharp battle. In one of the most divisive and bitter in American history, the closely fought United States presidential elections appeared to be headed into an uncertain phase, with Republican incumbent Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger Joe Biden fighting it out in the key battleground states. When reports last came in, Biden had earned 220 electoral college votes, with Trump following closely with 213 votes. The New York Times reported that Biden has earned 224 electoral college votes and Trump 213. The winner needs at least 270 electoral college votes. The ant bites $35 billion for using blunt words used by Jack Ma. The company had hoped to raise up to $37 billion from the market in an IPO that would have been the world's largest, beating last year's $29.4 billion listing of Saudi Aramco. The listing was suspended after the regulators had a meeting with Ant Group founder Jack Ma and other top executives of the company. In October this year, Ma criticized China's state machinery's financial regulations outdated, which were shifting innovation in the sector. The comments are said to have irked top leaders of the communist regime who have expressed concerns about how banks have tied up with micro lenders such as Alipay. Cisco Partner Summit focused on emerging opportunities around 5G and edge computing. One cannot deny the fact on IT spending, but a few areas it hasn't negatively impacted include edge computing and 5G, says Chuck Robbins, Chairman and CEO Cisco Systems. He said the opportunity around 5G may have been fast-tracked as a result of the pandemic. At the Cisco Partner Summit 2020 digital event, Robbins shared his goals for the company and for its robust partner organization. Among those is the creation of an integrated 5G software stack that Cisco and its partners will be able to deliver as a service to customers around the world. IBM, Red Hat and AT&T geared for private edge deployments. IBM is bringing Cloud Satellite, which is currently in beta. It is a software product that provides a link to IBM and AT&T's hardware for 5G connectivity and IBM's Red Hat unit for containerization. It offers a one dashboard method of managing services across multiple computing environments, networks, and locations. It leverages Red Hat's OpenShift containerization platform built on Kubernetes for the flexibility to deploy applications and services across multiple environments. India likely to reach pre-COVID growth levels by fiscal year, says Finance Minister. With more people coming out on the street, self-protection is the only way to deal with it as it is inseparable from economic activity. The Finance Minister said the economy is recovering at a fast pace and is likely to reach pre-COVID-19 levels by the end of the current fiscal year. However, it cautioned that the second wave of pandemic may derail recovery as a breach of social distancing is being observed. WhatsApp unveils new tools for disappearing messages. WhatsApp has been into various technology upgradations in order to stay ahead of the competition with its rivals Telegram and Slack. The new rollout of disappearing messages feature will allow a user to send messages that will automatically vanish after a certain period of time. It has also announced a new storage management tool called Manage Store that will help you get rid of that extra junk and media files you receive on WhatsApp. Agra becomes the hotspot for global footwear production brands. Uttar Pradesh government attracted several MNCs to invest in the state during COVID-19. A German footwear brand, Von Velex, will be shifting its entire production to Agra from China. The move will throw up 10,000 direct and indirect jobs, the government claims. The production will happen in collaboration with Latvic Industries. The company used to manufacture more than 3 million pairs annually in China. Von Velex Group will invest Rs 300 crores in phases in 3 projects in UP. Arnab Goswami arrested in abetment of suicide case. Republic TV editor Arnab Goswami is sent to 14 days judicial custody in the 2018 suicide abetment case by the local crime branch of the Raigad police. Interior designer Anvin Nayak, who was found dead in his farmhouse at Kavir village in Alibag on May 5, 2018, had left an alleged suicide note accusing Goswami, Sheikh of iCast X, that is Sky Media, and Sarda of Smartworks of not paying dues amounting to Rs 5.40 crores for his interior design work, as a result of which his firm Concord Designs Private Limited suffered severe losses. Nayak's mother was also found dead in the farmhouse. Home Minister Amit Shah and Union Minister for Information and Broadcast Prakash Javadekar tweeted, "We condemn the attack on press freedom in Maharashtra." Amazon of violating FEMA norms, says CAIT. CAIT accused Amazon of indulging in serious contraventions of FDI policy and Foreign Exchange Management Act. Documents available in the public domain shows that Amazon has made an investment of about Rs 35,000 crores in Amazon India in its e-commerce marketplace platform. But in reality, it is indirectly carrying multi-brand retail businesses, said Praveen Khandelwal, Secretary General, CAIT. Ingram Micro kickstarts its biggest IT channel event, the Global One Experience. Ingram Micro Inc. is taking its iconic One event to a fully global audience to witness the completely online interactive experience. The partners from APAC One, EMEA One, LATAM One, and North America One attended under one platform, which enabled Ingram Micro to support multiple time zones and languages with 12 keynotes, 150 sessions and speakers and attendees from more than 60 countries. The opening remarks were from CEO Alan Monet and EVP and President Paul Bay, followed by keynotes from APAC President Diego Adge and India CCE Navneet Singh Bindra. There are most influential business leaders and dynamic thought leaders on the planet, and immerse yourself in the vast Ingram Micro ecosystem. COVID update. Delhi has been witnessing a record surge in fresh COVID-19 cases. The capital recorded 6,700 fresh COVID-19 cases for the first time on November 3rd, taking the infection tally in the national capital to over 4 lakhs. This is the first time when the number of daily cases has crossed the 6,000 mark. To conclude, today it is imperative to explore how to protect sensitive data that resides everywhere within an organization. Data can be accessed by users and devices anytime, especially while working from home owing to the global pandemic, or to say from outside the business perimeters, which actually no longer exists and has already diminished as businesses are moving to cloud and mobile. We would say that the current state of implementing data security controls is definitely not in an ideal shape. The DLP solutions have been deployed, however, have not been configured and implemented properly. The main reason behind the failure is the lack of support required to help security teams identify and protect critical sensitive information. To address this issue, organizations shall evaluate new and advanced tools like DLP, IRM, watermarking, tokenization, etc. to discover, classify and protect sensitive data at rest, in motion and in use across hybrid infrastructures, especially on cloud and mobile devices. There has to be continuous security monitoring and response, risk assessment, governance and compliance. Whether you agree with me or not, the entire effort of implementing the above recommended steps will go to waste if you do not implement them completely. That includes asset register, identify risks and applicable security controls to map against each asset, assess the risk continuously and that has to be monitored in real time, and respond to all security events originating from or targeting assets using in-house tools, and at last, one should have cyber forensics for investigating advanced attacks like ransomware. This is an essential exercise to know the root cause of attacks that will help you remediate the gaps in the system for protection against future attacks. So beware and stay safe. With this, let's wind up for the day. But do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.